Alright, fellow travelers, let's talk about Iran. Yes, Iran! Beyond the headlines, there's a country brimming with history. And nestled within it is a place that often gets overlooked. I'm talking about Persepolis. It's a true gem, perhaps a little dusty, but a gem, nonetheless. It doesn't scream for attention like Rome or Athens. It just sits there waiting patiently for you to discover its wonders. This was once the ceremonial capital of the Achaemenid Empire. Imagine, the center of the world, or at least a very big chunk of it. The scale is simply staggering. You feel small in a good way. It makes you ponder your place in the grand sweep of history. Now, why is it so underrated? Perhaps its location in modern-day Iran makes some folks hesitate. But travel is about breaking down barriers, isn't it? It's about seeing things for yourself. Persepolis offers a glimpse into a civilization that shaped our world. It's a history lesson you can walk through. Here, the exhibits are all around you, under the vast Iranian sky. So if you're looking for something beyond the usual tourist trail, listen up. Persepolis is calling. So, who was behind this monumental undertaking? We're talking about the Achaemenid kings. Think of them as the ancient world's superstars. The big cheese, Darius the Great, got the ball rolling around 515 BCE. He wasn't just building a palace, he was making a statement. A very big, very impressive statement. He wanted a place that would dazzle envoys and subjects alike. His son, Xerxes, yes, that Xerxes from the film 300, though perhaps less shouty in real life, continued the work. He added his own touches, expanding the site and making it even grander. Then came Artaxerxes I, and so on. Each king wanted to leave their mark. It was a bit like a royal game of "Can you top this?" but with enormous stone structures. This wasn't just a home, it was the ceremonial heart of a vast empire. An empire that stretched from the Indus Valley all the way to parts of Europe. The purpose of Persepolis wasn't purely residential, it was primarily a showpiece, a place for grand receptions and festivals, especially Nowruz, the Persian New Year. Imagine delegations from every corner of the empire arriving. They'd bring tribute, pay homage, and generally be awestruck by the magnificence. Let's talk about making an entrance. The Achaemenids knew how to do it. The main way into the Grand Terrace of Persepolis is via the monumental Grand Stairway. It's a double staircase wide enough for processions and cleverly designed with shallow steps. Why shallow? So that dignitaries in their long, flowing robes wouldn't trip, and perhaps so their horses could manage it too. These aren't just any old steps, mind you. They are carved from massive blocks of stone, fitted together with incredible precision. Even after 2,500 years, they feel solid, permanent. As you ascend, you're literally walking in the footsteps of kings, ambassadors, and warriors. It's a humbling experience. You can imagine the colorful banners, the sound of trumpets, the buzz of anticipation. The stairway leads you up to the gate of all nations, and when they said all nations, they meant it. This was the formal entrance where representatives from all the subject states of the empire would pass. Guarded by colossal limasis, those mythical winged bulls with human heads, it was another clear message. You are entering a realm of immense power, but also one that embraces diversity. These lamassus are truly awe-inspiring. Even now, they stand as silent sentinels, a testament to the empire's reach and its artistic prowess. Once you're up on the terrace, one thing strikes you immediately. Columns. Or well, the remains of columns. Persepolis was famous for its vast hypostyle halls, rooms filled with towering pillars. The most famous of these is the Apadana, the Great Audience Hall. Darius I started it. Xerxes I finished it. It was here that the king would receive those delegations we talked about. Imagine 72 columns, each over 20 meters high, supporting a massive roof. These weren't just plain, boring columns either. The capitals, the bits at the top, were often adorned with intricate sculptures of twin-headed bulls, eagles, or lions. These weren't merely decorative, they were symbolic, representing royal authority and strength. Sadly, most of the columns have fallen, but even the remaining bases and a few re-erected pillars give you a sense of the original scale. You crane your neck, trying to imagine the roof high above, the light filtering through. Then there's the Hall of 100 Columns, or the Throne Hall. As the name suggests, it had, well, 100 columns. This was likely used for even larger receptions, or perhaps as a storehouse for the royal treasury. The sheer ambition is astounding. Why build something so vast? Because they could. Beyond the grand architecture, it's the details at Persepolis that truly captivate. The site is a treasure trove of bas-reliefs. These are carvings on stone panels depicting scenes from Achaemenid life and ceremony. Think of them as a giant historical comic book, carved for eternity. You can spend hours, days even, just examining these intricate artworks. They offer an unparalleled window into the heart of the Persian Empire. The most famous reliefs are found on the staircases of the Apadana Palace. Here you see processions of figures representing the 23 nations subject to the Persian king. Each delegation is dressed in their native costume, bearing gifts typical of their homeland. Medes, Elamites, Babylonians, Lydians, Egyptians, Indians, they're all there. The detail is astonishing. You can see the texture of their clothes, the style of their beards, the items they carry. It's a celebration of the empire's diversity, all united under the Achaemenid ruler. These carvings weren't just pretty pictures, they were a political statement. They reinforced the idea of a well-ordered empire, where all peoples contributed to its glory. They showed the king as a benevolent ruler receiving homage from his loyal subjects. So you've got this magnificent city, Persepolis, the pinnacle of Achaemenid power and artistry, a place designed to last forever, to impress for eternity. It was all going so well. Grand halls, intricate carvings, happy subjects bringing gifts, or so the carvings suggest. What could possibly go wrong? Well, enter one Alexander the Great in 330 BCE. He wasn't exactly a fan of the Persian Empire, and he had a rather fiery way of expressing his disapproval. Legend has it that Alexander, after a particularly lively party, ordered Persepolis to be burned to the ground. Some say it was revenge for the burning of Athens by Xerxes. Others suggest it was a calculated political act, a symbolic destruction of Persian power. Whatever the reason, the result was devastating. The magnificent wooden roofs, supported by those towering columns, went up in flames. Cedarwood from Lebanon, teak from India, all turned to ash. A tragic end for such a splendid creation. Today, as you walk through the ruins, you can still see evidence of that catastrophic fire. Scorched stones, blackened surfaces. So, what's it like to visit Persepolis in the 21st century? It's hot, especially in summer. Pack a hat, water, and sun cream. There's a lot of walking and little shade, but it's worth it. You're treading on millennia of history. The site is vast. You can spend a whole day here. Hire a local guide. They bring the ruins to life. Or wander at your own pace. Imagine the vibrant colors in royal court. There's irony here. Once symbols of power, now tourist attractions. People from all over the world come. What would Darius or Xerxes think? The allure of Persepolis is undeniable. Persepolis, for all its grandeur and the stories etched in its stones, still holds many secrets. It whispers of a past we can only partially reconstruct. Archaeologists have been digging here for decades, uncovering incredible things. But there are still unanswered questions, mysteries that intrigue scholars and visitors alike. What exactly was the full extent of the complex? What other treasures might still lie buried beneath the sands? It's like an ancient puzzle with many pieces still missing. One of the enduring mysteries is the exact nature of some of the rituals and ceremonies that took place here. We see the processions of tribute bearers, the king on his throne. But what about the deeper religious or spiritual significance of the site? Zoroastrianism was the dominant faith of the Achaemenids, but its precise expression at Persepolis is still debated. Were there fire temples? What role did the Magi, the Zoroastrian priests, play in the courtly life? The stones offer clues, but not all the answers. Then there's the question of the ordinary people. The reliefs focus on kings, nobles, and soldiers. But what about the thousands of workers who built this magnificent city? We know from administrative tablets that they were paid laborers, not slaves, which is quite progressive for the ancient world. They came from all corners of the empire, bringing their skills and craftsmanship, but their individual stories, their daily lives, remain largely hidden from us. We see their handiwork, but their voices are silent. This air of mystery is part of what makes Persepolis so captivating. It's not a site that gives up all its secrets easily. It invites you to ponder, to speculate, to imagine. After all this talk of ancient kings, grand stairways, intricate carvings, and fiery destruction, you might be wondering, is Persepolis really worth the trip? My answer? A resounding yes. If you have even a passing interest in history, in art, in the story of human civilization, then Persepolis should be high on your travel bucket list. It's not just a pile of old stones, it's a profound experience. It's a journey to the heart of one of the world's greatest ancient empires. This isn't just about ticking off another UNESCO World Heritage Site, though it certainly is one, and deservedly so. It's about connecting with a past that has shaped our present in ways we might not even realize. The Achaemenid Empire was a pioneer in many areas: administration, infrastructure, even human rights, relatively speaking for its time. Learning about them enriches our understanding of the world, and Persepolis is their most spectacular surviving testament. It's a history lesson you won't forget. Think of it as an adventure, a chance to step outside the familiar and explore something truly extraordinary. Yes, Iran might seem like an unconventional travel destination for some, but that's precisely why it's so rewarding. You'll find a rich culture, warm hospitality, and historical sites that will simply blow your mind. Persepolis is the jewel in that crown. It's a place that will challenge your perceptions and leave you with a deep sense of awe and wonder. So pack your bags, open your mind, and go. Go see Persepolis for yourself.